Pleasant good morning from all of us at FATV. Dave Clark here, along with Mike Flynn. And first, Mike, let's talk about the field conditions. It's the reason why we're playing on Saturday and not Thursday. Talking with Dave Cicino, who has certainly played a lot of football in his day at Pittsburgh High and the University of Maine, and etc. And I asked him about the field, and he said this field was fantastic. The work that the DPW and general volunteers and whoever pitched in yesterday did a fabulous job with this field.
Well, people have to understand that if you went out and shoveled your own driveway, you have to understand what you were dealing with that frozen mess that was underneath, and it just adhered to the field. So there was just no possible way they would have played this game on Thursday morning.
Now, it is on the far side, on the Leominster side, a bit better because they have the sun coming down in all the cheering sections over there. So people are sitting over there quite comfortable. On the Pittsburgh side, it's, you're in the shade and you got to be careful where you walk on the benches and so forth. But really, and there's some snow on the near side of the field, but for the most part, these guys and whoever worked last night and the night before did a fabulous job.
Did a lot of work, and they were even at 8 o'clock this morning when we got here. They were still scraping ice off the field because it's an artificial surface. You can't just take a plow out here and plow the field off. They had to do very delicate. They don't want to rip up an $800,000 field.
Yeah, I mean, there was some controversy whether or not they should play and not play. And back in our day, we always played and. But now it really is a public safety issue. You've got guys working on the streets trying to keep them clean. And, once the streets get done, they all head down here and they try to clean this out for the game. So, it was unfortunate weather hit the other night. Closer to Boston, I guess, there was a lot of games played there. Yeah. So there were a lot of games played, but the officials here, I think, got the word out as early as they could, and I think they did a great job.
I don't think they had a choice. This field would have not gotten clean for Thursday morning. They would have had to play in 8 inches of frozen ice.
Well, now you go back to the game, and, it was all that conjecture on whether or not, would these guys play if they were in a playoff game. Would they play? Would they stay and work on Thanksgiving Day? Who would play? Who wouldn't? All that stuff is gone now because the playoff is done. And Pittsburgh, I guess, really played their hearts out last week against Longmeadow. Traditionally a very tough team.
Yeah, held them, had the lead most of the game until the last 3 minutes when Longmeadow was able to put a long drive together and take the win. But I think the delay helps Pittsburgh. I mean, they had a couple extra days rest. Yeah. Leominster's had 2 weeks to get ready, and I'm sure they've worked exclusively on getting ready for this game. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, had a whole week of what they used to be able to prepare for Leominster, spent a week getting ready for Longmeadow and playing a game. So they only had a couple of days really to get ready, but with the delay, I don't know if they practiced yesterday or not, but they had some time to rest up anyway.
Well, you got that, and here's the big thing for Pittsburgh. It's not too often that you can come down and beat the Blue Devils twice in a year. That would be really something. And you can tell that the Blue Devils are ready, very ready.
Well, yeah, they don't want to lose twice in a row on their home field within 3 weeks. So I'm sure they've spent a lot of time getting ready. Be interesting to see whether they try to do anything different than they did in the playoff game. I'm not expecting anything different out of Pittsburgh. It's going to be run. Well,
the only thing out of Pittsburgh you'll see different is their uniforms. They've gone with the the cardinal tops and bottoms for this one. And they're coming out and ready. And Pittsburgh, they got to know, too, hey, we had one play that broke, went for the touchdown. Our good defense paid off, and we won. So I think they've got to know, too, that it's not like they went out and clobbered this team by 3 touchdowns.
Nope. And
they won with one play.
And their defense has gotten it done since they've the offense got better when they after their first 4 losses, but their defense has really stepped it up, especially in the last 5 or 6 weeks, and they'll be tested again today with that Leominster offense.
The Red Raiders are here. They're on the sideline and trying to stay limbered up a little bit before the Blue Devils make their appearance. And I don't know if there's going to be a couple of ceremony here or not. I see a big new flag off to my left. I don't know if something's going to go on there. Or
they're going to raise the flag during the national anthem and then have a dedication ceremony right after that.
That's nice.
At least what I heard earlier.
Crowd is filling in. Really didn't know what kind of a crowd you get today because, a lot of people aren't working on Thanksgiving Day and can come out and watch the game.
Yep.
Whereas today you've got a lot of people who are probably working, shopping, or whatever. It really cuts down on the gate quite a bit, but safety first.
Yeah, well, and a lot of the alumni who came home for Thanksgiving probably had to leave to go back home. It won't be as big as it would have been had they played it on a nice Thursday morning, but you deal with what you got to deal with.
Yep. The Blue Devils have come on the field. They'll be wearing their royal blue tops with the white bottoms, the white helmets, and Dave Palazzi, their head coach, and they're kind of gathering down way off to our right for a final word or two before we get going. It's 11-minute quarters, and each team gets 3 timeouts. 3 timeouts a half.
They get 5.
5 at 5.
Apparently that scoreboard doesn't go any higher than 3.
I was going to say, did they change it or
No.
what? But, and a big part of the last game that we had here was
timeouts.
They did not have any right at the end and ended up really hurting them, the Blue Devils, that is.
So the discussion we were having up here in the press box was whether they're going to play 11s, 10s, or 12s. I mean, back for quarters, this game used to be 12-minute quarters on Thanksgiving.
And the captains are coming out to midfield right now. Both teams. And it's a big game, too. We always mention this for the seniors. For the seniors, it's their final game. They know it, and that makes it a big game for them, certainly on the Leominster side and the Fitchburg side as well.
Yeah, some will go on to play maybe some Division III somewhere or semi-pro, but a lot of seniors, this will be the last time you put a helmet on.
Last night there were a couple of games. Maybe you should mention them a little bit. Lunenburg was a winner.
Beat the Bernardians down at the Bernardian Bowl, 18-13.
That was always, we don't do it anymore because we're not on the radio, but we always enjoyed doing those games down there. And I think of Joe Hickey and Dale Diamantopoulos. Those are the guys who thought about it. Said, Thanksgiving Day, we're not getting anybody down here. Let's play the night before.
Night before was a brilliant move.
And they had some huge crowds down there, too.
Pittsburgh wins the toss and defers, so they will kick off.
Dick Tucker is making an announcement. We'll see if we can.
Stickers on their helmets in honor of Togo, and we'd like to take this time to please acknowledge him with a moment of silence. Thank you. Please rise as we honor America. Please remove your hats and helmets with the playing and the singing of our national anthem.
National anthem's coming up.
Today performed by Miss Samantha Lovewell, accompanied by the Pittsburgh High School Marching Band and the Leominster High School Marching Band under the direction of band director Harry Hudson, drum major Samantha Zipp, and assistant drum major Benjamin Swift. side, but in the middle, the white and blue.
Very nice ceremony beforehand, and nice new flag up here at Doyle Field. And we're just about ready to get going here for this
Run down. How do we do this?
better late than never Thanksgiving
I
morning.
want you to take the.
Only happened a couple times in our memory. 89, the game was moved to Saturday after the snowstorm on Thursday morning. And I believe 71, there was a huge snowstorm on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we were at that. It was a little different, though, than the last one.
89, it was snowing that morning.
But they said that they didn't expect to have
Right.
that much snow,
They
and then it didn't stop. This one, they have plenty of leeway time. I mean,
They almost had a week. They started talking about this last weekend.
Yep. As Mike mentioned, the Red Raiders will kick off. And on the near side is Eddie Rivera. And on the far side for the Blue Devils is James Gurley, number 26. And we're just about ready and underway here at Doyle Field. It's a squib kick picked up about the 25. Gurley picks it up there, and Gurley is still on his feet and still on his feet. And finally, they take him down at the 37-yard line. Plenty of opportunities to get him down, but Gurley finally goes down at the 37, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils.
Looked like they had him surrounded around the 25-yard line, but nobody could put a hand on him to bring him down.
Leominster will change with their quarterback throughout the afternoon. First down play. Turn and give for a couple. Pittsburgh defense there gets up to the 40-yard line. Noah Gray is the quarterback on that one. And like you said, Mike, we'll see some changing in and out on that.
Yeah, they'll run Gray, and then they'll go to the Wildcat, and Rivera will become the quarterback. And then they also go to the Rocket, where they have a big bunch formation. So they got three different formations they'll run. We saw it a couple weeks ago on Friday night. Right now they're going with the standard look with Gray at quarterback.
Back split behind the quarterback, Noah Gray. Quick pitch back. Heading to the far side is Rivera. He climbs close to the 45 and then is turned back. Got a couple of yards on the play. Here's your replay.
Rivera on the top sweep. He's the guy they really kept on the ropes, on the grabs on the playoff game. He wasn't able to get loose most of that ball game.
Third down at about 3. Gray calling signals on this third down play. Going to give to the second man, and he plows over the 45 to the 48.
Depend on the spot.
Derek Franks thinks that they have it.
And they're going to bring the chains in.
See Bruce Johnson kind of hobbling over to the sideline.
He's had a bad knee for a while this season. Really toughed it out.
And let's see. They have a first down. So the first down of the morning goes on a fine run by the Blue Devils. And once again, Pittsburgh's concern right now is a fine linebacker. Bruce Johnson, one of the captains of this team. At the 47-yard line. That is the Leominster 47. Gray calling signals. Hands off first man. Straight up the middle. Not far at all. Maybe a yard. Pittsburgh defense has played real tough the last couple of games.
Good penetration by 81 Steve Bartolomeo. Able to knife his way in to get the running back wrapped up in the backfield.
Second down and 9. Gray, pitch back. And kind of slipping is Gurley, but he gets over the midfield stripe to the 49, 48-yard line, and a little bit of pushing going on after the play. Wisely, a referee getting in between there and taking care of that.
You can see
Here's
once
Gurley.
Once he hits that shaded area, he starts to hit some of that ice that's still on the field and loses his footing. And then Darius Flowers comes in, but even after losing his footing, he was able to get ahead another couple of yards.
At the Pittsburgh 49-yard line, just underway, no score here at Doyle Field on this Saturday morning. Gray, number 19, turns around, second man. This is Rivera, and he creeps up on the far side for maybe a yard or two.
That was a very conservative call on 3rd and 6.
Very. Pittsburgh sideline might be going, thank you very much.
Well, we saw Leominster in the playoff game. They threw it around quite a bit, but they bring in the punt unit with Dandini back to kick.
And we expect on the near side will be Darius Flowers. Actually, he's the only man back there. Takes a Leominster bounce and get down around the 10-yard line. That is where the Red Raiders will take over. First down and 10, way off to our right. Kind of a weird season for the Red Raiders, too early part of the year. They were putting up points like you wouldn't believe. And the last couple, well, obviously it has to do with the competition. But the last couple of times they've had a problem getting in the end zone. Flowers at quarterback. Flowers giving to the near side, and that is Alex Marrero. Didn't look like he got much at all on that.
Tried to bounce it to the outside. It was Travis Storm who comes up and then wraps him up before he can get around the corner.
Gained a yard. Second down and 9 as Flowers comes back to the Red Raider offensive huddle. Flowers taking his time. Gives second man. This is Marrero trying to break out again. Got back to the line of scrimmage and thrown back. Mr. Defense, among others, Derek Hood in on the tackle. Third down and 9. So Fitchburg being kind of careful early.
Well, they're not with good field position, so they don't want to do anything crazy and give the ball away deep in their own territory. Leominster really up and packing the box. Just daring Fitchburg to throw the ball over the middle.
Pitch back. This is Marrero heading to the far side. He has a block, and he is taken down. Should be a first down, but there's the first nice run of the morning by Alex Marrero.
Yeah, the old Green Bay power sweep. Get a couple of good blocks out, open up a nice alley out over the 20-yard line and a first down.
Big tackle on the play by Travis Storm. He gets by Storm. He's gone. First and 10, Red Raiders. Second man again.
Diaz.
And Diaz creeps over for a yard or two. Don't know if there was a little extra twisting down there or what, but
Diaz, very strong running. He had 3 or 4 Blue Devil tacklers hanging all over him, but he kept going forward. Got almost 5 on that carry.
wow, it didn't look like much. But like you said, he got about 5 yards on it. Second down and 5. It's a long 5. Peyton comes to the near side. Handoff. This is Marrero trying to get around. Can't do it. Franks was there, but the initial hit came a bit earlier. It slowed the whole play down. I don't know if we can see that on the replay. Yes. Here you go.
Bounces
Looked
it
like
to
he
the
was
outside.
just about ready to creep out there, and then they jump on his back
It's
there.
Deuce Franks or Derek Franks.
Mark it at the 31-yard line. Third and a long one. Quarterback keeper. I don't think he got it. He tried to stretch it out. I don't know. It's going to be dependent on this, on the spot.
He's going to
Wait
be
and
short.
see. He's short. Well, it's 4th and 1 here. I think they're going to have to burn out a timeout here.
Discussed rolling the dice there, I think, going for it. But as good as their defense has played, although this part of the game has been a real issue all season.
Yeah, this has been a real problem. And in this kind of weather, nice snap. Get it away. Bounces, Leominster bounces, picked up there. A flag goes down. And also going down is Eddie Rivera, but we have a flag back at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that's coming back on a hold.
Is that Bill Goslin, our referee?
I believe
today?
so, yes.
Been doing this game for a number of years.
Flag thrown around the Pittsburgh 42, so it'll be marked off from where the flag is. Cost Leominster about 20 yards in field position.
So they'll move the ball down to the 32-yard line. On a pretty quickly played first quarter, just 2.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Blue Devils take over.
Well, now they come out in the pistol. They spread the field. Gray in the shotgun.
And now whistles.
Coach Palazzi not happy.
Yeah, okay, they took a... So Leominster took the timeout.
A little animated with his quarterback.
Taking a look. The crowd. Glad you've got us tuned in at home. Wish you were here. Same lineup as Mike mentioned earlier, Gray. Looking off to his left.
False start.
And another flag. And
Wide receiver on the far side jumped to move before the ball was snapped.
that'll really make the coach burning two timeouts.
Especially when you're the wide receiver, because you got nothing to do but look at the ball. So they burn a timeout, and they get a penalty before they've got to play off here in their second possession.
Hey, man, lock it down, boys.
Got awfully quiet here all of a sudden. There's a first down play. Shotgun formation. Gonna go back to pass. In trouble. And he gets rid of it. He just kind of throws it up there. And it goes out. See if there's a penalty or what.
Well, if they rule he was outside the tackle box, as long as he gets the ball back to the line of scrimmage, it's not intentional grounding. And I believe he did.
And that is what
See,
they
Gray did get outside the tackles.
Pittsburgh going to take a timeout? Or?
I think they got a sideline warning.
You know, I was watching a couple of plays earlier, and Billy Goslin told them, hey, get your guys back. He did warn them a couple of times, but so this time he's giving them an official
Well, it's
warning.
not like the old days when you didn't know, but there's this big white box where you're supposed to stand behind that.
Yep. Second down and long. A lot of pressure on Gray that last play.
Yeah, this time they keep Rivera in the backfield for extra protection.
Gray going to pass, throws long, far sideline, caught, and swung down about the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh defense was right there on the play. Going to bring up a third down and about 12.
It's a short gain of 3. Remember that game a couple weeks ago? Leominster had all kinds of drops.
They did, yeah. Really cost them the game.
Really. A couple plays cost them first downs to keep drives alive.
Right at the 30-yard line, third down and 12. Gray still in there at quarterback. Going to go back to pass. Has some time. Now he gets out. Got some room before the Red Raiders bring him down at about the 33-yard line. So good defense again by Fitchburg High School, and Leominster will have to kick it away.
That's Steve Bartolomeo again, number 81, who gets Gray from behind, grabs him by the ankle, and then they come in and clean him up.
Expect to see Dandini doing the punting here. Gets it away. Takes a good Leominster bounce down to about the 23-yard line. So Pittsburgh will start first and 10 at their own 23-yard line. Guessing on that, some of the yard markers you can't see very well, so you got to do the counting routine.
Yeah, the numbers on the field are obscured on this side.
Fine on the far side, but not all the snow and ice was be able to be picked up on this near side.
24 is the official mark.
Marrero coming to the near side, cuts and gets a few, and then was run over on the play. Kind of tough to cut over on that side, Mike. That is the wet and icy
the ice side. Yep.
Marrero trying to do it, makes a cut there.
Finally just gets too long for that play to develop.
Nice play defensively for the Blue Devils. Might be the last play of the first quarter. Fake. Flowers going to throw long, deep along the near side, far sideline. It is incomplete. Would have been a tough catch, but it goes incomplete to Nick Miles. Here's the replay.
That little play action, and it's just man-to-man coverage. It's Miles, and the ball did got Kyle Jackson was in coverage there for Leominster. Now, Odell Beckham would have caught it, but that's...
Oh, Gronk. End of the first quarter is here. And they still have a lot of those little boxes with numbers and all that?
I think there's one or two around.
Well, if you have one, it's 0-0 at the end of one. A lot of people thought that we would probably have a defensive kind of game, and here you go.
Yeah, I didn't expect much different from what we saw a couple weeks ago. I thought maybe a few more points than 7-0, but wow.
Oh, there's a crew in there.
In the truck.
Hey, how do you like that?
Wow.
Going to ask one of our.
Is that truck cam? What?
By the way, our executive director, just a little hint here. I like those jackets the guys are wearing. Nice. Very nice.
I'm sure ours will be under the tree. That's right. Yeah.
We don't know which tree is right. The sun is starting to creep a little more towards the Fitchburg side.
Well, yeah, it'll get here, but by the time it gets here, the game will be over.
Probably. But it's actually a beautiful day. Thank heavens, no wind at all to speak of today.
I don't know what they're talking about in the truck now.
There's a 3rd down and 8 play for the Raiders. Where Flowers going to go back. Watch out. And down he goes. He was hit pretty well. DeAndre Addo and Flowers did not see him at all.
Yep. Blindside, untouched, and fortunately didn't lose the football.
Addo made a sure tackle as well, and the Red Raiders are going to have to kick it every punt and adventure. Good snap. Get the ball away. And it takes a Fitchburg bounce of about an extra 10 yards as the ball goes down to the 36-yard line. And that's where the Blue Devils will start 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Take a look at the crowd. There are people that are lined up along the end zones, some even up on the bankings. Of course, you take a look at some of those rivalry movies and all that, and you see the crowds then. Just incredible.
It's a good crowd. It's not a great crowd, but it's good.
Yeah. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils, their own 36-yard line. You can see no score in this one in the 2nd quarter. Gray calling signals. And they give it, and it's stopped there by the Red Raiders.
Steve Bartolomeo having a heck of a game here in the first half.
Yeah.
He just crashed right down the end and just wrapped up the running back for a loss.
Playing very well so far in this game. That defense has really come on during the year. Some real tough games in the early going, but boy, they have really come together. Greg Gibbs, 2nd man. No, he's got to keep it himself, being chased down. He throws it, and it is incomplete right in front of the Leominster bench, right around the 40-yard line. Strong pressure there by the Red Raiders, and here it is. Faked me out.
A couple of fakes in the backfield. Ice is chasing him out of the pocket and throws it a little bit low, and catchable. Would have been a nice catch, but couldn't come up with it.
3rd down, and they need about 11. Pardon, it's going to be. Yeah, they need about 11 for a first. Gray going to go back to pass. Steps up. He's going to run to the 40, 45, 50, 45. Twist his way to the 40-yard line. Down to the 35, the 30. And rubbed out of bounds at around the 20-yard line. An outstanding run by the Leominster quarterback. Here's the replay.
One of the few times Pittsburgh's lost contain, and Gray just finds this wide open up the middle. And the Raiders had a couple of chances early to bring him down. Missed one tackle there. They're going to miss another one here. And Gray does an excellent job of running that football down to the Pittsburgh.
All right, that's good.
Finally
22
dragged down
yard.
on the play by Manny Payton, among others. And the Pittsburgh defense comes big on a play there. Bartolomeo again, Mike. Wow, he's having a
That
great
play
game.
looked ugly from the beginning, though.
Here's your replay, number 81. Watch him.
Kind of a toss that took up forever, and again, Bartolomeo just upfield, goes right by his block, and brings Rivera down for a loss of about 8.
I'll put the ball right at the 30-yard line. That's the Pittsburgh 30-yard line. Second down play coming up. Second and long. Gray gonna pass far side. It's a jump ball. It goes incomplete, out of bounds. I think he was out of bounds anyways, Mike. That was an uncatchable ball.
Tried to throw the fade down the far sideline. Tried to lay it out there for Franks.
Good thing because
Payton had kind of jumped
Payton
the route.
slipped.
Yep.
Good thing it was thrown out of bounds. If you're a Pittsburgh.
Well, we'll assume 2-down territory here for the Blue Devils. They do have an excellent kicker, but I don't think he's got this length.
It will be third down. And long. They put the ball right at the 30-yard line. Gray kind of looking things over. Going to look to the near side. Now throws over the middle. Intercepted. Picked off. There's a lot of real estate in front of him. That's Flowers. And down he goes at the 35-yard line.
Well, not sure who Gray was throwing that ball to.
Show you the replay.
Made up his mind early. He was going to throw the ball deep over the middle, and it ended up right in the 8 of Darius Flowers.
Right there. And
He missed his receiver by a mile.
And Flowers was right there. I'm just starting to say, Mike, they seem to be starting to open up a little bit. And Flowers made the interception. Got whacked, too.
It was Gray, too, who made the tackle. Sure he was not happy throwing the interception.
So the Red Raiders will take over first and 10, their own 35. Marrero trying to get around the far side. He's got 3 blue shirts there, and down he goes. Just could not get around the end. DeAndre Otto, among others. Loss on the play. And you got a second down coming up.
Good job of that Leominster defense, stringing that play out. Morello never, as you said, got his chance to turn his shoulders upfield. Ends up losing 4 yards on the play.
Be a second down at about 15. Once again, let's mark at the 30-yard line. Flowers pitches, and it's Marrero for a couple. They're going to bring up a just waiting to turn that, there you go, third down. Third and about 10 at the 35-yard line. Let's call it third and about 11 for the Red Raiders.
It's an interesting formation. 4 receivers to the far side. Going to run a screen.
Quick pass is caught. They get 5, and they get, actually they got about 5 yards on the play, and that was about it. Boy, that was a dangerous pass, too. Kind of hung out a little bit of it.
Try to get Morrero outside with some running room.
And the ball will be put at the 39-yard line. And Pittsburgh will kick it out. Leominster sends him. High snap, goes over the head, and this is going to be trouble. And a tackle brought down at the 15-yard line. Well, we've mentioned it a few times, Mike, in the last couple of games, and it bites him right here.
Yeah, the first couple of snaps were good, but that one just floated back there like a big helium balloon and over the head of the punter. And Leominster really gets the first really big break of the game. They'll take over at the Pittsburgh 17-yard line.
Okay, at the 17-yard line, as Mike mentioned. They're going to fake the handoff, and
nothing.
Noah Gray holds on to it. Didn't get much there at all.
Lost. Pittsburgh just quick penetration right up the middle.
It's like that ball, he lost a little bit on that play, Mike. Maybe lost a yard. Second down and 11. 5:20 and counting in the first half. We have no score here at Doyle Field. Sun-drenched, historic Doyle Field. Gray going to go pass. Far sideline. He is incomplete. Just kind of short-armed it, Mike, and he had his man there, but didn't get the pass there. It goes incomplete.
Yeah, Franks had gone down in about 6 or 7 yards, turned around. He was wide open, but the ball was, as you said, short-armed it, underthrew it.
Third down, and looks like 11. And whistles. And a timeout, I believe, called, Mike, by Leominster High School.
A full timeout.
Leominster side filled in quite nicely over there. They're also in the sun.
Yes, it's probably 10 degrees warmer on the other side.
It probably is 10 degrees warmer on the other side.
And their benches are clean, unlike over here where the ice is still stuck all over the metal benches.
Timeouts.
5-3. Pittsburgh still has all of theirs. Leominster with 3 left.
Otherwise, if it weren't for the cold, beautiful sun, blue sky, not much of a breeze at all. I came by last night here just to see how things were going, maybe about 7 o'clock. They had gotten quite a bit done, and you could see a lot of work that was done to make this game possible today. $19-yard line. Leominster threatening. Third and about 11. Gray calling signals and another whistle. Dave Palazzi wants his team to come over. He must have seen something there that he can strike on, Mike. You don't call timeouts like that. So he sees something. He's got his quarterback on the far side talking with him. At halftime, I'm sure we'll have something going your way. I would imagine a lot of the bands will be playing for you. Amongst other stuff.
I don't know. I missed a production meeting. I don't know what's going on in that.
19-yard line.
Let's try this again.
Gray going to go back to pass. Sets and throws to the end zone. And it is almost intercepted. That ball went right in the hands of Manny Payton, and he could not bring it down. It goes incomplete.
Well, Noah Gray just stayed his receiver down the whole way, and Manny Payton was just sitting back there in coverage waiting so he can throw it, because he came right into the picture here. Almost picked off.
4th down, and as Mike mentioned, they do have a field goal kicker. Would they be interested in hitting one from here?
It would be about 36 yards from where it is now.
Dave Palazzi's already made his decision, and he's going for it. 4th and 11. And he's got to call another timeout, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's a good thing you get 100 timeouts in high school.
Wow. Takes another timeout.
Leaves them with one, I believe.
With 4.5 minutes. Wow. Well.
Old coaches, that was their idea. Coaches would take 10 if you give them to them.
Oh, they would. Absolutely. No question.
Every time they bring it up, the coaches always whine that they don't want to take away any of their timeouts.
If you're just tuning in here, we have no score. 4:53 to play in the first half. And I wouldn't say that anybody's taken over here. I think, it's been very evenly played so far.
Well, Leominster's had a couple of breaks. Haven't been able to cash them in. Pittsburgh hasn't been over midfield yet.
Fourth down and about 11. Gray looking things over here on a long 4th down play. Throws it long and deep to the end zone, and it is incomplete. And the Red Raiders will take over. So quite a defensive stand, Mike, by the Red and Gray. Had a turnover there that really hurt them, but they've held on and they take over.
Yeah, this was almost a flag in the end zone here. At the end of the play, Miles shoves the receiver right there. There was some contact there, and
referee right there.
If this was the NFL, that'd have been a flag.
Yeah, that's right. So the Red Raiders take over. As Mike said, they have not gone over midfield yet today. So let's say something about the Leominster defense playing very well.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh definitely been on the wrong side of the field position game here in the first half.
This is Marrero, and Marrero goes over the 20-yard line to about the 23-yard line. Hector Aponte made the tackle. Got a couple yards on that last play. Bring up a 2nd down and 7. Pittsburgh kind of taking time in the huddle here. Flowers looking things over. Gibbs to the second man. Nowhere. Leominster defense all over the place. Rivera, Kyle Jackson also in on the tackle. Lost a little on the play, I believe. I take that back. That's 3rd down and about 9. And the ball sits right at the 20-yard line.
Well, Leominster just continues to pack men up on the box and is, again, daring Fitchburg to throw the ball.
That's the thing. We've seen Fitchburg throw. We know they can throw. They got very athletic guys that can catch, too. But this is their offense, and they hope to, maybe hit one big strike.
Yep.
That's what happened a couple of weeks ago. Back to pass, long and deep, and it's incomplete. Well covered on the play. Pass was intended for Nick Miles. And Fitchburg punting unit comes out again.
if they've changed centers or not. But
Late guy coming on.
Nick Miles is now the long snapper.
Oh, I guess they got him set down over there. High snap. Watch out. It happened again.
Take the safety, kick it out. That's it.
And
That's
a smart play to kick it out of bounds. A flag goes down afterwards. I don't know what the flag would be for, Mike.
I think it's going to be illegal batting of the ball, but it's still going to be a safety.
Yep. So it'll be 2-0. And Pittsburgh will have to kick it.
Yeah, it's part of the game. A lot of times you take for granted, but all the games we've seen in Pittsburgh this year, they have struggled with that long snap on the punt. They've gotten away with most of the time. As Ice has been very athletic back there, able to haul down those high snaps, but the last two, way over his head.
Still a really. Can we see that on replay, guys? Did you have that? Okay. Because you can see it was the after play that was the smart play.
Well, very intelligent to knock the ball out of bounds rather than try to pick it up. I think it's Isis who's back there. Yeah, Isis the punter who very smart. Doesn't try to pick it up. He just slapped it out of bounds. Take the 2 points rather than cut back, take the 6.
That was a smart play. And instead of 6 or 7, I think it's 2-0. Pittsburgh will have to kick it off.
No.
So the free kick from the 20.
Pretty good hit down to the 38-yard line. Rivera far side, 45-50, 45-40, still on his feet, down to close to the 20-yard line. Fine run. That's the thing about the punt, Mike, instead of kicking it. And a fine return by Eddie Rivera. Here it is.
Well, Rivera gets in the open, and he just had some excellent downfield blocking before he's finally tackled by Miles and a host of other Pittsburgh tacklers. But Leominster, another great opportunity at the Pittsburgh 24-yard line.
At the 24-yard line, we're going to call it. And we have a whistle.
Whoa.
And Coach Palazzi really incensed on that far sideline.
And that's his last time out. Although with 2:54 left, not that big of a factor here in the at the end of the first half.
A teaching moment. Oh, man. That was somebody just made a statement about the MIAA in front of us. Beautiful. Very touching.
A big fan of the MIAA.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Much respect, Bobby.
He won't be getting he won't be sending the MIA office a Christmas
No?
card.
A lot of people won't.
2 socks on. 2 legs.
Okay. Gray will bring him up this time. There's a man in motion to the near side. Gray going to pass. It's a lateral. Now he's going to throw downfield. The man's wide open. Touchdown! DeAndre Addo. That was right there, Mike. They set that up beautifully.
Yep, Gray throws it backwards to Shane Creighton, number 29. And Pittsburgh came up to play the run, and by the time they get back to cover it, Diato's in the end zone all by himself.
Wow. That football had
It was up
took
there
a
for
long time to get down.
It was. Christian
you.
Lewis is the kicker.
Just shows you how far open he was on that play. Now it makes it 8-0. The Blue Devils capitalizing on some Red Raider mistakes.
Leominster makes a mistake there with a false start on the extra point.
Oh, there's an interesting extra point coming up.
He's got a pretty good leg. I watched him warm up.
Yeah, he does.
Even in the cold with him, really hard to kick.
What's that?
Extra point will be coming up.
Did it hurt?
Snap down, kick up, and he hit that well. And what? I'm looking for the. It's good.
Yep.
Okay. Waiting to see the referee, and they took their time. And finally, the arms go up, and the extra point is good. And it makes the score 9-0 Blue Devils.
That's a big extra point. That makes it
Huge.
It's a two-score game now.
Points at a premium. Points at a premium here. 9 is big. 2 scores. But that's the thing. Really, in the last time these two teams met, they really didn't make any mistakes. And today the Red Raiders have made a couple of big turnovers, and that's why they're down by 9
both
points.
on the kicking game.
And again, credit to the Leominster defense, who has played very well. They've held Fitchburg down to zip. Last time they met, it was 1 touchdown. So
It was 1 touchdown, but Fitchburg was able to move the ball most of that game. They were able to keep possession of it. This game, they only have a couple of first downs.
kickoff coming up. After the Leominster touchdown, they kind of pooch it, and it goes out of bounds. I don't know if they drew it up that way, Mike.
I don't think so.
And Fitchburg will have some great field position here to start this next drive. Bill Goslin kind of
Pittsburgh
looking.
has a couple options.
Yeah.
They can either take it where it went out of bounds with a 5-yard penalty, or they can force the re-kick, and I think they're going to force Leominster to kick it again.
Geez, would you? I don't know. I mean, I think this. I think the kick is going to.
Well, it went out of bounds around the 30, so they get it around the 35 if they took the penalty.
Yeah, the Red Raiders are kind of spread out waiting for the pick, and Leominster's on the far sideline. I don't know. Now I think the kick is going to launch one.
Well, I think Pittsburgh's looking for a run back here.
Might have to take a step back or two. Seems to have taken a sweet time doing this here. Squib kick is picked up about the 30-yard line. And 35, and there's a bunch of blue shirts there converting.
Still going.
Nick Miles is somewhere under there.
Well, he carried about 15 Leominster tackles, about an extra 7 or 8 yards. Kept waiting to hear the whistle, and it didn't blow.
No. Here it is. Kind of a squib. And it's picked up by Miles.
Kind of runs into a sea of blue here eventually, and then you kept you keep waiting for the whistle to blow here and watch the pile.
I don't think anybody knows where the ball
and
is.
Going, and going, and going.
Some of the Leominster guys are trying to tackle the ball.
Well, Pittsburgh gets their best field position today.
At the 43-yard line, first down and 10 for the Red Raiders. Marrero back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And a flag goes down late. Don't know if that's going to be on.
It's going to be
one
on
of each
Pittsburgh.
side.
It's going to be on Pittsburgh, but it's kind of a lame flag.
I was wondering if it was on both teams.
It's kind of one of the ones you go to the official, go, really? You're going to call a 15-yard penalty on that?
Well, let's see if we can see it. Sure. Take a look at the replay. Is this worth 15 yards?
I don't know if we're even going to see it. No, we're not because it's off camera.
You don't see anything there.
The Fitchburg player kind of walked straight into one of the Leominster players and gave him a bump, but really?
Oh, the yard markers are woefully behind. Now they've got it down there. First down and a lot. Pittsburgh's got to get to the Leominster 45 for a first down. Ooh, runs into his own man. And Marrero got hit again afterwards. Wow. Here it is. Not good. Here it is. Just bumps into his own man.
Well, not as comical as the Mark Sanchez.
Not as bad as Mark Sanchez.
Not as the butt fumble, but that.
Now, that was the play wasn't over, and they just seem Pittsburgh seems just a little off today, don't they?
Well, nothing much has gone right. Let's put it there.
Well, the play wasn't done, and they didn't finish out the play, stuff like that. Fake give, and Flowers will keep it. Getting a little difficult to see the yard markers on the near side, so we got to use the far side. It looks like about the 27-yard line. And the clock continues to run down. It's almost as if they want to
I think they're
get out of here.
I think they're trying to get into the half.
Looks that way. Pittsburgh have to take a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to take the play clock all the way down and then take a timeout.
Well, and then they're going to have to try to kick it. So maybe that's it. That if you screw up on the the punts again, they'll have little time to work with it. Halftime show is coming up for you. If they could just tell me what's going on. And someone is telling me that the Rockettes will be performing at halftime. Wow. So that's 39 seconds remaining. Pittsburgh's got plenty of timeouts. They'll kick this away, and they'll hope to get
Well, they hope to kick it away.
inside at the half, down by 9. See if Leominster sends everybody here. Not a bad snap. They get it away. High kick. Settles down at the 45, right in front of the Fitchburg bench, and there's the whistle, guys. Eddie Rivera was a guy that brought it back. 27 seconds. I don't believe Leominster has a timeout.
They do not, but see how aggressive Coach Palazzi decides to get here. I don't think he's going to kneel down. I think he's going to go for points.
I think so, too. I think you got Fitchburg on the ropes right now. They're down. And I think Coach Palazzi's been around long enough. He knows that, and I think he's going for it right now.
Well, he knows he's got a kicker within him.
Yes, he does.
Within 30, he can probably be an
Yeah,
excellent shot at kicking one.
that's another thing. Here's Gray. Back to pass. Has time. Gonna keep it. Near side, 45, 40, 35, and take it out of bounds by Payton. That'll be a first down. Stops the clock with 18 seconds remaining in the half.
That's pretty much been Leominster's best offensive plays here in the first half is Gray scrambling, especially up the middle. Fitchburg's got to keep somebody in the middle of that field to keep him under containment.
Yeah, and I think that's what Dave Palazzi wants right now. He's got a kicker, probably another 10, 15 yards. Give him a pop.
Well, now the clock's a little bit of a factor. 18 seconds, no timeouts. So if he can't get tackled in the field without picking up a first down.
Gray going to pass. Far sideline, and he overthrew everyone down at the 5-yard line. Tough throwing cross field like that. 13 seconds remaining first half.
Trying to drop it in the bucket over the defensive player's head and into, is that Diato down the far side of number 5?
Yep. Would have been a whale of a catch, but we at a baseball game? What's going on? I feel like I'm at Shea Stadium. Gray going to pass again. Is being pressured. Now runs off, throws, caught. And it's Rivera. He did not go out of bounds.
He did get the first down. There's also a flag that came out right away.
It's going to be against Leominster.
Against Leominster, so that's going to come back.
With just 1 second remaining in the first half. Here's your replay. Strong pressure. Heads to the far side and goes cross body.
Dangerous
to Rivera.
Dangerous throwing the ball back across late, but got away with it.
I believe the Red Raiders do have the ball to begin the second half.
Yep. So they wind the clock.
That's a half. And so a couple of big mistakes have hurt the Red Raiders here. And some stalwart defense by the Blue Devils give us a 9-0 score at the half. I don't know what the problem is. One of the officials.
I thought they were going to bring everybody back on the field.
Yeah. There's Dan Walker over there. Well, we've got some halftime things coming up for you. We'll hear from the see Dean Tallies, Marcus, and Steve getting their mugs involved here. The bands will be coming up in a little while. But right now, we'll head it down to the field, and our executive director, Dave Spence.
We're at halftime, and Leominster leading the Red Raiders by a score of 9-0 here at very chilly Doyle Field. This is a game that, of course, is filled with tradition, and one of FATV's traditions over the years has been to talk to somebody from Workers Credit Union, who have been just a great friend to us over the years. And we have Nicole Curtin, who is Assistant Vice President, Marketing, and a million other things.
A few other things, yes, thank you.
How about the game? The first half of the game, kind of exciting.
That was definitely exciting. You know, living in Leominster and my husband being a teacher in Fitchburg, it's pretty hard to decide who to root for on Thanksgiving. But we always just cheer for a great game.
Well, of course, Workers has offices in both Fitchburg and Leominster.
That is true. We've got 3 in Leominster and 1 in Fitchburg, and it's been a pretty exciting year for us, celebrating our 100th anniversary. We're the, I believe, 8th oldest credit union in the country. So to celebrate 100 was pretty exciting for us this year.
And you gave away some money, too.
We gave away in February just over $2 million, and next year we're going to give back even more. We're looking at about $2.5 million to give back to our members, and sharing profits with the members. That's really what it's all about for credit unions.
Tell me about Workers and your work in the community. You've been certainly a great friend of FHTV's for several years, one of our underwriters. Tell us about some of the involvement in the communities.
Workers is heavily involved in all of the communities that we're in. This time of year, you're going to find a lot of community events that may revolve around prizes, or I shouldn't say prizes. They would be, events.
I'm into prizes.
Prizes are good. Events in the community, like helping those in need at this time of year, whether it be with food, clothing, or even in our Lancaster branch, we do this event where we gave away basically Thanksgiving dinner to 9 families, sponsored by not only Workers, but some of the folks that go to that branch, which is always a great time.
Now, you personally are based in Fitchburg, or do you float around?
No, I'm definitely based in Fitchburg, other than having to go to meetings. We're going to be launching our 16th branch in Westford next year, so have been out to that site, and we're looking forward to that.
Great. Nicole, thanks so much for being with us, and thanks for Workers' friendship with FATV.
Thank you.
That's Nicole Curtin from Workers Credit Union, and now we are going to pass off to Jackie Barry, who's got some exciting, well, semi-exciting guests.
That's putting it nicely. No, you're right.
Thank you. Thank you for watching FATV, as always, for your Fitchburg High versus Leominster game coverage. With me, I have Marcus and Steve DiNatale. Steve, you graduated from Leominster High School.
No, St. Bernard's.
St. Bernard's.
I'm totally going to complicate the whole issue here.
And now you represent Fitchburg, but you're still out here. You're one of our biggest fans at every game. Tell us a little bit about the importance of this rivalry. Thanksgiving Day game, even though it's not Thanksgiving, still important.
Yeah, I was to clarify, I was born and raised in Leominster. I've been living in Fitchburg for 37, 38 years. Went to St. Bernard's, but I become a Fitchburg person, obviously, because I'm the state rep, but also my son and my daughter both went to Fitchburg High School, and my wife I refer to as Mrs. Fitchburg because she went to Fitchburg High as well. I'm having a little difficulty talking. It's so cold this morning, but no, this is a great day as usual. I would have rather we had some meaning to this game. Is really it's other than bragging rights. This is kind of anticlimactic, if you will, but it's a great day, beautiful sunny day. It's cold to beat the band, and but we're doing okay, and we'll come back in the second half hopefully and make a difference here.
Yeah, Fitchburg's a real underdog kind of team. And Marcus, this is actually our second time seeing you, which is a little unusual for a Leominster game. And you graduated from Fitchburg, played on the football team. So just tell us how it feels to come back and watch your alma mater play Leominster.
You know, when you play and you go through practice all the time, you wish it away so fast because you put so much time into it. But then when you come to these games years after graduating, you wish you could put pads back on and go back on the field. But for the team, plenty of game left. The offensive line needs to step up a little bit and protect a little more. But special teams, Fitchburg needs to improve on special teams and not give Leominster so many good chances on field position. So they got to protect the football. So more game to play, but they got to protect the ball. They got to play better on special teams. So.
All right, thank you. And also with us, we have a representative of the Fitchburg Fire Department and two of our little fans. We have Gavin. And who's this?
This is Gavin.
Gavin?
This is
Dario, that's right. Yep. So tell us, you're representing the Fitchburg Fire Department, how it feels to come here and watch your city all together at this great cold game.
Oh, it is pretty cold out here, but it's great for both communities. I know the Leominster and Fitchburg Fire Departments work very well together. We always have, but for 2 hours at least on the Thanksgiving game, we're enemies. I am anyways. My wife teaches at Leominster Public Schools, so she wears the blue and white, and I'm wearing the red and gray, obviously. So it's great to see the communities and a great turnout for the kids. It's awesome. It really is. It's good for Fitchburg too.
And also Lisa Wong, who couldn't be here today, sends her best Thanksgiving wishes, as do we at FATV and Fitchburg High School. We also have a short clip to show you of our Red Raiders. So thank you for watching and enjoy.
Marcos Diaz, fullback and linebacker.
Brandon Feliz, number 42, outside linebacker.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rosado, and I'm the Lady Red Raider at Fitchburg High.
My name is Brian Berthume. I'm the male Red Raider of Fitchburg High School. I'm a senior.
Darius Flowers, and I'm quarterback.
Being a Raider, it's all about toughness, perseverance, respect, and honor. Having those things means you're a Red Raider.
Being a Red Raider means a lot because it brings in culture. Since our school is so diverse, it brings in a lot of character because through all we've been through a lot of tough times, but we made it through and we made it to districts. So it means a lot to me.
For me, being a Red Raider is setting a positive leadership role model to kids that are, younger than me, the freshmen, the sophomores, the juniors, just, showing them that this is the type of person that you need to be, someone who both excels in school and has the school spirit to support any sports team, club, whatever it may be, always show that sense of pride of being a Red Raider.
To me, it means not only changing the perception, but also increasing the amount of school spirit we have at this school, whether that is encouraging all the underclassmen to dress up red and gray day on Friday, or whether that's handing out candy at the games, trying to get a big turnout for the games. That's all we're trying to do, to get more people to enjoy being here and to like where they are.
Feeling pretty confident. We already beat them. We lost in the Western Championship, so we have basically nothing to lose, everything to gain.
I'm half and half, both confident and nervous, but every player feels that.
It's nerve-wracking because it's my senior year and I really want to win because all these years we have not won a Thanksgiving game against Leominster, so it's a lot of pressure. But I believe we can make it through because we have heart and we have each other.
I'm very confident in our boys. We've already won against them 2 weeks ago, and I know for sure that we'll beat them again this week, so I'm really excited for this game.
I feel like I go into all the other games. I feel like we can win. I'm not expecting to crush any team, but I feel like if we won before, we can definitely win again.
Do I have any superstitions? Yeah, I hang out with my friends before and after the game. I always tape my wrist and my ankles. I wear the same socks and same gloves.
Do I have any superstitions is a hard question because our whole team does a prayer before the game, but after a prayer, I give myself a cross. That's my pregame position.
It all depends on the week. If it's an away game, I usually hang out with band before the game and, get all jiggy with them. And if it's a home game, I listen to the Raider song to get pumped up for the game.
I usually nap before I head out to the games, so I'm nice and energized.
Yeah, I hang out with my 3 best friends, Bruce and Manny, and wear the same thing every Friday.
Happy Thanksgiving to all, and go Red Raiders.
Happy Thanksgiving and go Red Raiders.
Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and go Big Red.
And hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Go Red Raiders.
Dave Clark and Mike Flynn welcoming you back. All of our folks working at FATV welcome you back to Doyle Field, Leominster, where the Blue Devils lead 9-0 over Fitchburg at the half break. In a game that, for a while, Mike, was really very, very even. Leominster seems to have taken over in the waning moments of that second quarter.
Well, Fitchburg kind of gave them some points there with the issues with the kicking game. And credit Leominster's defense. They have not let Fitchburg do anything offensively here in the first half.
I don't know if we got some time here, guys. You want to look at some faces in the crowd? You're more than welcome to do that if you'd like. So we'll play faces in the crowd when we got a second. We got some time here, but you said a bit earlier we were concerned. I don't know. Did you get a chance to walk on the turf? It's the difference is you can go to Crocker right now and that turf is really rock high,
frozen solid. Yeah.
And here it's not. It's still a very comfortable surface.
We go back into the truck and truck cam.
Oh yeah.
The toasty warm truck cam.
Can you put that back again, that picture? Okay. You can see that they're in the Apollo spacecraft. And there is Gus Grissom over to the far right. And then you've got John Glenn right next to him. And they're about ready to take off for their sub-5 communication. There they go. Thank you.
I thought this was in our contract that we didn't have to be on camera.
Yeah, who was it? Oh, there they are. Hi, everybody.
Happy 2 days late.
Happy 2 days late Thanksgiving. Well, we hope you had a good Thanksgiving anyways.
I saw part of the Macy's Day Parade for the first time in 34 years.
You know, I didn't. I was hoping to see it, and then kind of screwed up with the snow and shoveling and that.
I was much smarter. I was outside at 7 in the morning doing that fun.
Well, there we go. Oh, we got some pictures of the. There's the screamer. Yes, screaming. Well, I mean, that's what it is. You know,
Well,
that's it. You know, that's okay.
I'm laying off that one.
That's okay. You can scream. It's all right. And there's the not screaming section. Oh, boy, we got some great pictures. Who is that camera guy for us today? I know it's Nathan. Coming back to do a little. Oh, yeah, Billy.
It's Bill.
There's Billy. Great to have Billy here.
Back off of IR.
Yeah. Great to have him. Weather doesn't bother him. He's a veteran, a wily veteran. And there's some of the crowd with us today. As you said, it's, sometimes, people working, can't get out. They have a tough time, and but the people that are here have enjoyed it. The Leominster people a bit more than the Fitchburg people.
So far, yep.
Red Raiders are back out there on the field. They're ready to go. And they look a little bit rejuvenated. But to get something going, I guess that's the big thing, Mike. They didn't get over midfield for the entire ball.
No, they need a spark. They come out a little bit flat, I thought, that in the first half. And offensively, they've got nothing done so far.
No. And like I said, when we did the first couple of games of the year, St. John's, they were able to move at will. The other North Middlesex and Groton Dunstable and the playoffs, Wachusett, and they've been able to move the ball so well. But the last couple of weeks, I guess Leominster and Longmeadow, two obviously very good teams, they've had a big-time problem moving the ball.
Well, and if you look at the stats, even against Longmeadow and Leominster, they had a lot of offensive yardage, but they only scored one touchdown. Today, they have nothing. I think they have 2 first downs, and I may be off by one.
Yeah,
the wrong way.
Well, the Red Raiders will begin the second half. The ball is chopped and taken down immediately at the 37-yard line. Things a little bit got a little, I don't want to say nasty, but a little chippy as we've gone on throughout the day today. A little chippy.
A little chippy, but nothing, not the constant pushing and shoving we've seen after every play in some games.
So Fitchburg will start. As you said, 1st and 10, their own 37. Marrero twisting his way and then bent backwards. I think he got over the 40-yard line. Forward progress. Yeah, that looks like about right. Referee on the near side. Just haven't been able to spring out, Finished him off.
Had that long one run of about 10 yards to pick up their only first down earlier in the first half. And other than that, it's been 2, 3, 4.
Flowers pitch back. Here's Marrero on the right side trying to cut around. And he got some pretty good yardage out to the...
There's a late flag from the back judge.
Close. No.
He got the first down, but I think the flag is going to go against Fitchburg.
Did they get the first down?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had thought.
Almost
Referee
to
pointing, yeah. Okay.
Almost to midfield. They got in the first down. It's a dead ball foul, so it'll be 1st and 10 where they spot the ball.
Okay, so they'll go up to like the 34-yard line.
As we see the Moreros carry here, the flag comes in at the end of the play, and I don't think we're going to see it again either because it's
right there. There it is.
There.
Yep, 40.
Yeah, again.
Chintzy
foul.
Yep. 34-yard line.
About time they even up the Chintzy's the other way.
Pitch back. Marrero trying to get around again. Cuts. And is pushed out of bounds.
Yeah.
And a late flag, no question.
There's one of your even up Chintzy's.
You just can't do that when you're 5 yards out of bounds. You just can't do it. And then you get caught. Why not? You get you get caught up in the emotion of the game, and unfortunately, Eddie Rivera, you could almost see that was going to happen. Here it is.
Pittsburgh gets a nice blocking out in front of him from Marrero. He's going to get 10 yards on this play by himself.
Here's Rivera.
And then sometimes it's actually
holding,
Frank's, but
there you go. It's Frank's. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're not always looking down at your feet to see where you are on the field, but Pittsburgh finally gets across midfield into Leominster territory for the first time in the ballgame.
First time today they've gone over the 50-yard line at the 41-yard line. Flowers back to pass. Long, deep down the sidelines. It's incomplete. Peyton had one hand on it. Couldn't bring it in. It brings up a second down.
Yeah, he had Keith Jackson, man-to-man coverage down the sideline. Flowers just tries to lay it out there and let Flowers run underneath it as he is beating his man down the field, but only could get one hand on it and couldn't bring it in.
That'll be a
flyover in the.
What about Cruz? Better get on that, baby. At the 41-yard line. Second man, Marrero, once again straight up the middle. Maybe a yard. That's it. Bottom of the pile for the Blue Devils. Among others. Kyle Jackson. And you got second down and about 8.
Actually,
third down, pardon me. Cruz a little bit behind. I'm kind of watching out for those guys.
Flipping the numbers is a little tardy.
Slow.
Well, he has to keep taking his glove on and off to flip the numbers, I guess. Highly skilled position.
3rd and 8. Marrero twisting, and he's going to lose a yard or two. I'll tell you, the Blue Devils are coming up with a big defensive game today. They played very, very well.
Pressured immediately up the middle of the Pittsburgh's offensive line. Couldn't hold back the pressure. And I thought Pittsburgh, had they gained some yards, they probably would have gone for it on 4th, but with the loss on the play, they're going to at least line up to kick it away.
4th and 9, and they'll have to kick it out.
They've really been behind the 8 ball all morning with the field position game.
The Blue Devils have taken over. Good snap. Good kick. Sailing down and going down inside the 5-yard line, close to the 1-yard line. What a great punt. Flag goes down way late. Good height. Somebody bumping into each other, and we'll see what it is.
Well, it's going to against Leominster, but it's going to be like a 2-inch penalty.
2-inch penalty, so why not get a cheap shot off now? Well, you're only going to lose like 2 inches. So if you're ever going to punch out somebody, that's the time right there. Look at that. They can't go that far back. So, taking a look at the score at 9 here, safety wouldn't help.
Even up the
Pittsburgh here.
safeties anyway.
That safety and that whole punting episode there, really big plays. Greg on a quarterback sneak, and there's a lot of grunting going on under there, I'll tell you right now. Might have got a half yard.
Takes no chances with the handoff in the end zone. Just tries to wedge his way forward.
Yeah.
I think he got it out to about the 1 yard line.
I'd see the same kind of thing here, Mike. I mean, when you're up by 9, you got to be it's a little more
gives him a little bit of room, at least to hand the ball off.
Gonna pass and throws it, and it was incomplete. It went right in the hands of Manny Payton, and he couldn't pull it in at the 30-yard line. He's had a couple.
That was the play they called in the huddle. Gray just 3 steps back and just launched it. And Manny Payton had the inside coverage on the play, hit him right in the hands. Woo. Was kind of looking back into the sun, but.
Well, the last time that Leominster played Fitchburg here, there was a case of the dropsies for the Blue Devils. This week, the dropsies Fitchburg's. Third down and 9.
Blue Devils really aggressive in shotgun in their own end zone.
Gray's going to go back to pass, throws it long and deep, and it is intercepted. It's picked off, just as good as a punt, Mike. And Fitchburg will start 1st and 10 at the Leominster 45-yard line. Here's the replay.
Same kind of pass, just to the opposite side of the field. As again, Miles has the inside coverage on his receiver, who never gets Diallo never gets loose.
Miles is the guy that picked it off.
And that was pretty close to a horse collar.
Yes, sir. Very close.
Looks like he got his hand inside the jersey, but
that's DeAndre Addo. All right. Leominster 45-yard line, 1st and 10 Fitchburg.
That's just like a 45-yard net punt.
Yeah. Flowers back to pass. Long and deep near sideline. Got a man open, and what a play. That was an outstanding defensive play right at the last minute. Keith Jackson is the guy who made the play. That ball was there, and Jackson right at the end knocked it down. Here it is.
Well, unlike the last possession, where it was just a little bit overthrown, that one just a little bit underthrown. And that allowed Jackson to never even saw the ball. He never got his head around.
But that's the kind of throw you can see out of Flowers, though, from time to time.
It'll also loosen that Leominster defense up a little bit.
At the 45 once again, 2nd down and 10 for the Red Raiders. Flowers, second man, Marrero, and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, a little extra pushing going on. Luckily, no flag. Brings up a 3rd down now and 10. They just have not been able to sneak Marrero out there at all today, Mike.
Still looking for that one big play on offense to get that spark going. I mean, Peyton's been open a couple of times. They've covered him man-to-man down the near sideline.
Some confusion there in the backfield.
This time they roll the safety over for some help.
Flowers back to pass, in trouble. And down he goes. Didn't fool anybody on that. There were 4 blue shirts down there.
Try to fake the play action, but again, it's Diallo who was in on a blitz from his linebacker spot. And really close to some late hit there.
Nate Lambert on the play. And is Fitchburg kicking again? Low snap. Gets it away. It's a low kick. It takes a Fitchburg bounce. And it takes a great Fitchburg bounce. Down to about the 13-yard line. And that's where the Blue Devils will start. First and 10, their own 13. Leading in the ball game, 5:03 to play here in the third quarter. A lot of folks enjoying their. Remember, we used to have this, the Saturday games all the time. Used to enjoy the Saturday games, actually. The booth was saying yes.
Ancient history.
Ancient history, Pups. At the 13-yard line. Gray gives it off, and they go up the middle with it. This is Gurley, and Gurley goes over the 30-yard line up to the 33-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Blue Devils. James Gurley, and Gurley is started off the year out with an outstanding start. Got an injury and really hasn't recovered. It's had a tough time, one of those really nagging injuries, but
he's been very quiet in this game.
Well, he's been like that for a while, I guess, But at the beginning of the year, he was their go-to guy.
So go back to the Wildcat as Rivera is now the quarterback.
It's Gurley again, number 26. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. Second down and about 6. I was going to say, it was kind of quiet. There's a handoff, and the Red Raiders defense smells that out. It's going to be a loss of 2 or 3, kind of a slow developing play. Flowers was in on the tackle, but that was trouble from the beginning.
Yeah, Paul Duane is 20 as Leominster Fitchburg just run blitzed. Almost got him in the backfield, but that ruined the timing of the play. And Flowers and Mark Merchant, also number 52 in. Duane just hobbles off.
Move the ball back after that tackle to the 31-yard line, third down 10. Shotgun for Gray. Goes back to pass. Looks. Has time. Gets out of the pocket. He's going to run. 40-yard line, 45, 50, and finally in Leominster territory. But Gray has been the difference today.
Yeah, with his legs, not his arm. Fitchburg, again, good pressure on him, but they're unable to bring him down. He spins out to his left, and once he gets to the sideline, he's got some open running room. And turns what almost was a sack and a punt into a first down in Fitchburg territory.
First down play coming up. Gray, quick pass. Caught at the 40-yard line to the 38-yard line. That was Franks making the catch. See the Red Raiders, Mike, going back to their huddle. They look like a tired team right now.
Yeah, when they need it the most, they need it now. They can't another score, and their offense isn't designed to come back from way behind.
At the 39, this is Rivera, and Rivera twisting, and Rivera, a nice run, will give Leominster another first down. Here's your replay. Nice run by Rivera.
One of the few times Leominster's been able to run the ball with a running back up between the tackles with any success.
Flowers made the tackle. Put it at the 24-yard line, first down and 10. Gray looking him over. Gonna give. I don't know, was that Gurley? No, it was Rivera. A couple of yards up the middle. Put that ball right at the 20-yard line. Second down at about 6 as we approach a minute to play in the third quarter. Gray looking him over, taking his time. Gonna give it to Gurley, and Gurley gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Bottom of the pile is Marcos Diaz, one of the captains for the Red Raiders, wearing number 40. Third, and a long 6. Gurley again bounces out to the right side. Got a yard or two. James Gurley, number 26. That should do it for the third quarter. That is the end of the third quarter. And at the end of 3 quarters here at Doyle Field in Leominster, the Blue Devils of Leominster 9 and the Red Raiders of Fitchburg High School 0. Mike, you know, they came out at the beginning of this second half with a little bit of fire in them, but the Blue Devils have doused that fire and are in complete control of this ball game with 11 minutes to play.
Yep, they haven't allowed Fitchburg to get that big play the entire game. Had a couple of shots with the passes to Peyton down the sideline, but couldn't reel them in. Now Fitchburg's defense with a 4th and 2 here for Leominster. But even if Leominster doesn't make it, they've accomplished taking a lot of time off the clock and flip field position back in their favor.
This doesn't look as though Fitchburg's got a score in them today.
Yeah, they don't.
And like I
credit
say,
Leominster's defense.
Absolutely, credit them. Yeah. Out at the 16-yard line.
Run with the rocket formation, real bunched.
Look to throw. And to the end zone, it is caught. Touchdown. Rivera. Wide open.
Well, Shane Creighton throws his second touchdown of the game. Again, kind of off a trick play. They come out in that bunch run formation. Fake the toss to Gurley, and no one accounts for Rivera sneaking out. And in the end zone.
Miles was there, just too late. Extra point coming up. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 10:52 to play, and if you want to play real optimist with Fitchburg, you're still within two scores.
2-score game. You need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions to tie it.
But, you know, a 2-pointer there might have sent a lot of people to the gates. But the Red Raiders have got to do something and do something quickly because time's running out. Time's running short.
That'll get them out of their base offense. You just can't pound the ball up between the tackles now.
Just look a little bit down on that sideline right now. I said, it's always big when you win at Leominster. But try to win twice is really tough. Amongst some of the articles that were out this week, they were talking about the winningest teams in the country. Leominster was actually 24th.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is pretty amazing. We'll get back to that in a second. Kickoff. Chopped down, and it's Miles, who does not go far at all. Maybe to the 30-yard line. But they were saying in these articles in the papers that, there used to be the saying was the first or second oldest rivalry in the country. And it was like, okay, really? But I guess after a lot of searching and research and so forth, they found out that Pittsburgh is 24th, which is pretty good. Leominster that many wins, and to see that a guy like John Dubzinski was
second winningest coach.
Second winningest.
Leominster history,
which is I haven't had a chance to see the old coach, but he's doing pretty well with his son playing or coaching. A tough hit right in front of the Fitchburg sidelines. No gain will bring up a second down and 10.
They stay with it, but pretty much the same result they've had most of the day. Not a lot of running room.
Well, and the Blue Devils are looking for it now because they've got some really athletic people in the defensive backfield as well. Quick pass, caught on the far side, and getting a first down, I believe, depending on where they mark it.
I think he might be a little bit short. Quick toss out to Peyton. Some blockers in front. I think he's about a yard short of the first down.
So it'll be third and a yard.
Look down below as Nick Miles got hurt on that kickoff return. So
yeah.
He's getting looked at on the bench.
He got hit pretty good. Handoff, second man. That should be a Fitchburg first down as they creep over the 40-yard line. And it is a Fitchburg first down. Right at the 41, I believe. Right at the 41 there. That's it. Here's your replay.
Powered over the left side. Pick up a couple of yards.
Under 9 minutes to play. You can see in a clock on the lower left-hand side. Flowers back to pass. Quickly throws. And it is almost intercepted on the far side. Had to get rid of it. The pressure was really coming on, so he dumped it off a bit quicker than he wanted to. Here it is. Strong pressure, got rid of it. And
a little bit high intended for Brett Boulanger.
.41-yard line. And a second down play coming your way. And Brett and the Blue Devils are just kind of teeing off right now, Mike. They know what's coming up and
try to go play action, little fake and keep. Try to run away from the pressure. Freeze it.
Nick Miles is back in the lineup, so he's okay after being checked out on the sidelines. They gave him some tests down there, seemed to be okay, and he is back in the lineup. Third down at about 11. Flowers quickly throws, and it's incomplete. Once again, well covered.
Well, Pittsburgh spread the formation, which gave them Leominster the ability to blitz again, and it was Dandini off his linebacker spot, was right in Flowers' face.
Punt team's going out. He might have had a little thought on that, with 8 minutes to go, but after maybe a little bit of thinking, the coaching staff has said, no, let's go. We're going to punt it.
Well, it's 4th and 11. That's
you're down by 18 with 8 minutes to go, so try something. Snap, pretty good one. Gets it away. Sailing down, and it takes a straight-up bounce. And they'll go down to the 33-yard line. That's where the Blue Devils will take over. In command. They really took over, I guess, the turning point, the punt, which led to 2 points, which later led to a score and a 9-0 lead, and Pittsburgh hasn't come back, not even a sniff.
The bad snap ended up being a safety, and then on the free kick that occurred after that, Rivera ran it back down to the Pittsburgh 25-yard line, and they ended up cashing that in. So they got 9 points off of that error. But the Pittsburgh offense, I think their deepest penetration has been the 40-yard line of Leominster. They have not even come close.
Yeah, if the Blue Devils win today, and it certainly looks like that's a possibility, it is going to be their defense that got it going today. Pittsburgh has been unable to answer. Quick handoff, couple yards, Gurley. Also, not only just their defense, but their quarterback really came up big time, as you said earlier, not with just his arm, but his legs. He really led the way for Leominster at the end of the second quarter when the Blue Devils took over.
Also got a big first down on that last drive they scored the touchdown on. Pittsburgh had him hemmed in. It looked like a sack, and they would have forced him to punt, but he got away and got the first down, and they continued to drive down for 6.
Third down and about 9. Gray going to fake the give, quick toss, far side, and down he goes. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and we expect to see the Blue Devils punting it out of there. Punt team comes back on. Not a bad kick, kind of rushed it.
Pittsburgh tried to block it. They got good pressure up the middle. Dandini got it away quick.
Rolls dead at the 25-yard line, and that is where Pittsburgh will start. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's just cheat. We'll just go right down.
Some of the stands starting to thin out a little bit on this Saturday, almost
still
afternoon.
morning.
At the 27-yard line, Flowers drops back and throws long, deep, and he overthrew Nick Miles at midfield, well covered on the play. Kyle Jackson on the coverage, right there, step for step.
Just trying to lay it out there. Let Miles run underneath it. overthrew it by about 5 yards.
Second down play coming up. Back to pass, quick throw, and it is incomplete. Had a man wide open, but kind of overthrew him a little bit on the play. Was looking back into that sun, but a point we made earlier, Mike. Pittsburgh's had the dropsies today.
Yeah, that ball was thrown. That was thrown high.
That'll make it a third down and 10. Pittsburgh doesn't seem to be in much of a hurry, even though they're down 2. Watch out! There's a little draw up the middle, and there goes Marrero, and Marrero gets up to midfield. Just a little middle screen up the middle, Mike, and well executed, and the Red Raiders have a first down in Leominster territory at the 49-yard line.
They took advantage of that Leominster aggressive pass rush, dropped the screen pass right over the top. And that's probably the biggest play from scrimmage all day for the Red Raiders. But the clock heads toward 5 minutes.
Yeah, a little mid screen there, a little middle screen. We haven't seen that. In trouble is the Pittsburgh quarterback once again, and he gets brought down. Anthony Dandini, among others, in on the tackle. Right at midfield, the Flowers.
Well, Leominster continues to be aggressive on defense. They blitz both outside linebackers. Dandini from one side, Diotto from the other. Pittsburgh unable to pick it up.
Second down and 11. Flowers back to pass. Strong pressure. Trying to get away from a tackle. He's in trouble back at the 30-yard line, and down he goes. Dandini is the guy and does a nice job pulling him up. He chased him all over the place there for a while. And Dandini just would not give up on the play. Finally got him down. Big loss on the play. Third and a mile. Got to get to the 39-yard line.
Of Leominster.
Of Leominster.
Oh, that's no good.
It's only about 39 yards. Not many of those in the playbook, 39-yard plays.
Here's Miles. Miles trying to get around to the sideline. Twist. And stays up and gets back to the 47, I believe, unless they marked him out early.
Nope.
They're going to mark him out at the 45, it looks like. 45-yard line.
They get about half of it back. Little swing pass out to Miles. Good block downfield by Boulanger.
No huddle.
It's warming up. Just keep telling yourself that, sir. It's warming up. Keep telling yourself that.
Oh, I guess I thought they were going to run. I thought they were going to do something quickly, but apparently not.
Well, you need your quarterback. He was talking to the coach.
Yes. And whistles. Somebody call a timeout. Pittsburgh took a time.
Pittsburgh took a time. Not sure why they went no huddle. The clock was stopped.
And it remains stopped at 3:19 to play in this ball game.
If Pittsburgh doesn't convert here, that'll send a lot of people to the parking lot.
Take a look at going into this game, point totals Fitchburg 1,798, Leominster 1,743. All time, Leominster holds on here. They will have the series lead 64, 29, and 10 ties.
59.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
59. You said 29.
59.
Yeah.
Well, my 2 looks like a 5.
Wow. What's 30 wins?
And, you know, it's Leominster. It's just, except for the playoff games, or the playoff game, where Fitchburg won a couple of weeks ago. 4th down play. Watch all sorts of pressure on Flowers here. Watch out from behind. He gets rid of it, and it is incomplete. Looked like it was going to be intercepted for a moment. And it goes incomplete. And the Red Raider defense will come out. Here's the pass.
Very difficult, as we've mentioned before, for a right-handed quarterback to roll out left and throw back across his body. It did hit number 4 right in the, not in the numbers. Right in the 2.
Somebody appreciates your humor. At the 45-yard line.
Good thing you don't give me a telestrator.
Oh. This is Rivera, and Rivera chugging his way for 10 yards. Make it 15. So the Blue Devils aren't done yet. And Rivera and his teammates rolled for 10 or 15 yards and got another 1st down. You know, they have all sorts of Western shows on my TV every Saturday.
Is that what you watch?
No.
Okay.
Nope, not at all. Don't like Westerns.
Except for F Troop.
Gurley. Oh, F Troop's great. Gurley for a yard or 2 right side. Duenas made the stop. And the crowd just keeps, clock just keeps ticking away as we approach 2:10 to play in today's game. And that'll be the end of the football season for us around here.
Seems like it just started.
Goes very quickly, doesn't it? Very quickly. Here's a guy that's played really well today. Noah Gray. Rivera stays on his feet, heads to the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. Rivera. And it is now 22-0.
Well, a nice cap off of Eddie Rivera's career here at Leominster. Senior running back. Breaks a couple of tackles on probably his last carry as a Blue Devil. It'll be a touchdown against Fitchburg.
Red Raiders looked a little tired on that.
Yeah, at that point it was, they were just playing out the string.
Extra points coming your way. Christian Lewis. And the kick is good. 1:36 to play in the ball game, and the Blue Devils have dominated from the middle point of the second quarter on. It's been all theirs, and they lead 23-0. We'll head into the winter campaign, and I'm sure basketball practice starts and
probably Monday.
All that stuff, yeah. As start to see the band and folks getting together and people starting to leave a little bit early here. As this one is pretty much done. I guess the only question is, will the Red Raiders score, or will they be zipped? Line drive is Darius Flowers, picks it up, far side, and Flowers gets up to the 35-yard line. That's where Fitchburg will start, 1st and 10. At the 35. Was it 35 or 40? We'll see.
To put it around the 34-yard line of Pittsburgh.
Yep. Yeah, get on those credits, Nate.
Goofing off down there.
Marrero far side. Gets a couple of yards. Don't think we're going to see any clock stoppage from anyone, hopefully. Second down play. Flowers back, throws it long and deep. He's got a man. As caught at the 20, the 10, touchdown, Peyton. Beautiful pass. Put it right on the nose to Peyton, who gets in for the touchdown, and the Red Raiders are on the board. Here's the pass. It's a beauty.
Been trying to hit that play all day. Time he hit Peyton right in stride around the Blue Devil 30.
Beautiful pass. And the Red Raiders are on the board. (23-6). Looks like they're going to go for 2 here, Mike. Well, I don't know. Flowers does do the kicking. See what happens.
He made his last couple. He made the one against Leominster. He made the one against Longmeadow last week.
Looks like they're going for 2.
Going for 2.
Flowers going to run for 2, and he is in for 2. The 2-point conversion is good. 51 seconds remaining in the game, and it's now Leominster 23 and Fitchburg 8. Hey, Mr. Touchdown's back.
Thought Mr. Touchdown wouldn't come out again until next year.
Yeah, I thought we got to have that in mothballs for another year, but we got to drag it out for one time, which is kind of nice.
Onside kick.
Side kick, and the Blue Devils recover it.
Tried the old sneak attack out of the huddle. Couple knees and
couple of knees, and that should do it. Yep. Oh, Dave Palazzi, I'm sure, trying to get as many guys in there, especially the seniors, get them in there. And if he can get the youngsters in there, it's nice to play on Thanksgiving Day. And when was wondering whether or not, how would Leominster. Yeah, I think we all knew Leominster was going to be prepared and chomping at the bit to get back here. And that's what happened.
Well, as we mentioned, they had 2 weeks to get ready.
Looks at
defensively, they did it. They were.
And a
That'll
knee,
do it.
and that'll do it. This one's done, and Leominster's got another win for the books. The final, Leominster High School 23 and Fitchburg High School 8, as the teams will meet at midfield and shake hands. Take a look at the guys that brought you today's game as soon as our executive producer and executive director and there we are. It's been our pleasure to bring you today's game. We hope you enjoyed it, whether you're at work or at home. John Dextrous has been with us in the nice toasty booth.
The Apollo 12 spacecraft.
Apollo 12 Dave Spence, executive director, producer, Travis Falk. For all the graphics, Travis, unbelievable. Nate Glenny, Scott May, Billy Yates, cameraman today. Yeoman job, gentlemen. Tim Doust with the replays. Got a couple of beauty replays today. Pre-game show, Kurt Barrett, Alex Bogdazarian. Nice guys. Jackie Berry's handled our halftime stuff for you. And there's the good folks that help us get it on the air. Unitil and Vector 5, Health Alliance, Workers Credit Union, and the Sentinel and Enterprise. Had a lot of fun this year. Look forward to come back next year. Final score for the final time. Leominster High School 23 and Fitchburg High School 8. Thanks, folks. Catch you next year.